starts on Monday.
From a very modest beginning in antiquity, where Romans roamed, Saxons and started our history. His self-reliance brought in giant of city came to be. London, London, that's my hometown. London, that's my hometown. Cordiality, hospitality, London sets the pace. People come here from far and near, there's no finer place. Stately, beautiful, big and hot, city of renown. London, London, that's my hometown. London, that's my hometown. I've seen some fabulous cities all around the world. Rome, Tokyo, and New York, I've given them all away. I know why they sing the Paris in spring, but no place I found beats London, London, that's my hometown. London, that's my hometown.
You ain't heard nothing yet.
It's good to see you here. Though you're late, I just wait like before. Hello, how are you? And are you looking glad? With the way you how are you? It's good to see you here. Though you're late, I just wait like before. Do you call it wrong? Hello, how are you? And are you looking glad? With the way that you look it's good to see you just
The rooms were so much colder then. My father was a soldier then, and times were very hard when I was young. When I was young, I smoked my first cigarette at 10, and for girls I had a bad yen, and I had quite a ball when I was young.
everybody has a good time. You can dance to the beat of the transistor radio, even when the sun don't shine. You can hear your favorite rocky and roll, rhythm and blues with a lot of soul. Yeah, we love the pirate station. We love the pirate station. We love the pirate station. Don't let them take them away. Please don't take them away. Don't let them take them away. Please don't take them away. There's some swing DJs playing top 40 records. They can really turn you on. Now the government's trying to close down the station. What will happen when they're gone? You won't hear the music that you like any old time and day or night or night. We love the pirate station. We love the pirate station. We love the pirate station. Please don't take them away. Please don't take them away. We love the pirate station. Hands off the pirate station. Fight for the pirate station. Please don't take them away. Please don't take them away. Please don't take them away.
Hallelujah.
He's a rebel and he'll never ever be any good. He's a rebel 'cause he never ever does what he should do.
In the night there are sights to be seen, but the only sight I want of you is that wonderful picture of you. My mind is in a maze, what can I do? I still see that picture of you. I saw you there on the crest of the hill, and I took a little picture of you. I only had a picture of you. Oh yeah, that wonderful picture of you.
Big L time is 3 o'clock and Radio London is now closing down.
Wonderful Big L.
Many listeners have just joined Radio Caroline South on 259 meters in the medium wave band. They've joined us because a sister of Offshore Commercial Radio has just gone off the air, Radio London on 266. This is Robbie Dale, and I've just been listening to the last few minutes of Radio London's transmissions. I've just heard her close down, and this is the time when Caroline would like to say thank you to Radio London and all the staff and DJs for the service that they've given you over the past two and a half years. We are now alone, but we will survive, and we hope and trust that we can give you, the listener, the same service that Radio London have been giving you for the last 2.5 years. And we welcome you to Caroline South and give our sincere thanks to all the staff on Radio London and wish them all the best in the future. And as a small token of appreciation for their service in the past, we would like to have just a 1-minute silence, and then we'll come back with sounds and take up the fight for free radio.
Now, 50 years to the day since he spoke those immortal words, please welcome the Admiral, Robbie Dale.
Okay, good evening, and I've got a few notes here that I want to follow because, first of all, I would like to thank John Mayer and Alan Hardy of the Pirate Radio Hall of Fame, and Chris and Mary Payne from Radio London for this splendid event. And I'm sure you'll all agree with me. Then, of course, I would like to propose a toast. And this toast, I hope you're going to join me in this toast, because it's a toast to absent friends. May they all rest in peace. All right, and then technical difficulty. Then the microphone is your friend. Right. Just switch it off. I'd forgotten about that. Did I switch it off? I will switch it off. Wonderful. That's better. A cable. I'm used to that, you see. The old-fashioned cable. Now, I would also like to include to give a mention to the fact that Dave Cash's ashes were spread on the sea and on Harwich Pier by his wife Sarah, who survives him. Now, the other thing that I would like to say is that Dave would be much happier now that he's back at sea. No doubt later Johnny Walker will fill you in about the chaos that we created for the Harold Wilson Labour government back in 1967, when they had passed this act through Parliament. And but that, of course, was the start of a wonderful series of events which happened with independent radio, with Radio 1, Radio 2, and radio stations spread throughout the whole country. And of that, we really should applaud. Then, of course, I would like to mention my leader, Ronan O'Reilly, who is not here tonight, or this afternoon, but I will also like to mention Phil Solomon, the Caroline money man, and in addition to that, leaders from other radio stations who kicked the bill down the road, as we might say. Then, finally, I want to remind you that Monday, the August the 14th, 1967, when the other radio stations closed down, Radio Caroline continued broadcasting, and fortunately, to many more millions of people who had not listened to Caroline before, because we welcomed people from Radio Scotland, Radio London, even Radio Veronica, because later on I went to work for Radio Veronica in Holland, and we had a very successful period there. That's where I met Stella, in fact. At midnight, Johnny Walker, myself, Robbie Dale, and Spangles Muldoon, who, again, unfortunately, is not here for this occasion. He was also known as Chris Carey, by the way. And one newsreader, Ross Brown, we all became criminals. And I guess that stands until today. But there we are. Then finally, now 50 years on from that point, many of us are gathered here to celebrate this 50th anniversary, organized by Mary and Chris Payne, John Mayer and Alan Hardy. And I thank you very much for your organization. Thank you very much. And I'm sure that we'll all agree.
Can you reintroduce the absent?
Okay, right. Now we're going to have a toast. And we're going to drink this toast to absent friends again, because they're going to run a video of all the names that have passed beyond. And they're running the big radio station upstairs right now.
A number of other people who couldn't join us have sent messages. I won't delay your party for long, but we'll just read a few of them. This is from Caroline South's Gary Kemp, who was also known as Gordon Bennett on Britain Radio. He wrote, "I'd hoped to be at the August Whoopee and was just about to contact you to say yes, when lo, I was contacted by a previous radio station and offered a new job at the age of 82. Well, what would you do? Yeah, and that's what I did. So alas, I won't be there for the big occasion in person, but in spirit you can be sure I shall. My regards to all the old geezers who made up the Rotary days of the 60s, and to your splendid selves for keeping the memories alive." Radio Invictus Bob Graham, "I wish the organisers the very best of success in their celebration. My thoughts are with you. So sorry I cannot attend, but I'm looking forward to seeing the results of your hard work." This is from Manfred Sommer, who was the chief engineer on Radio Caroline North. He wrote from Austria, "Thank you so much for your invitation to Offshore 50. I'd like to join you, but my general state of health wouldn't permit me to make such a complicated journey. Please transmit, ever the engineer, my special regards to my friends I work with on Caroline North." And he mentions in particular Gordy Cruz, Trevor Grantham, George Hare, Martin Kane, Jerry Layton, Tony Prince, and Dave Lee Travis. "I so much enjoyed working with them on Caroline. Gratefully, I remember the most exciting 3 years of my life, with gale force winds, seasickness, and very real friendship on board. I hope to hear from you sometime. With cordial greetings, Manfred Sommer."
Just a minute. Keep quiet down there!
Thank you, Roger. This is from Radio City's Dutch DJ, Martin Green. "I'm making a rehabilitation from a cerebral hemorrhage that I suffered nearly a year ago, so I don't know if I'll be able to come in August. I wish you a fantastic meeting. Lots of Radio City employees will be present that day. Greetings from Martin Groenhorst, alias Martin Green. This is from Britain Radio's Phil Martin, who hoped to be here today but unfortunately can't. He wrote, "Congratulations to everyone for living to see this hugely important milestone. I so much wanted to share it with you all, but sadly my wife Jill is battling brain cancer and my place is to be with her to support her fight for remission. Love to you all, Phil Martin." Thanks to Hans Knott for forwarding an email from Patricia Adkins, who used to work in Caroline House. She's now in the world of opera in Italy and says, "Say hello to all Caroline people from the 60s, and whenever they come to Rome, I really want to meet them." Next up, Mary received this message from the Roman Emperor, Mark Roman. At 3 p.m. London time on the 14th of August, it will be exactly 50 years since the transmitter went silent. Thanks to you and Chris, people still remember. To coin a personal tribute, friggin' well done. Actually, Mark didn't say friggin', but I'll leave you to guess what he did. So, Mary also received this message from Gray Pearson. He's the son of Don Pearson, the founder of Radio London, Radio England and Britain Radio. Gray's also a lawyer. He was due to be here, but unfortunately fate took a hand. "I so deeply regret I'll be unable to join you after all. Much to my dismay, one of my major cases has been called to trial with a special sitting on August the 14th, of all days. Please convey my best wishes to all. Mary, I send special appreciation and love to you. I simply can't thank you enough for all you've done for everyone." There's also this special tribute to Mary from Ben Toney, Radio London's original programme director. What can we say about Mary that has not already been said? Not very much. She's kept Radio London and the other pirate stations at the forefront of British broadcasting history for many years. She's made superstars out of all of us, whereas we might have been forgotten and only remembered as flashes in the pan. I'm sure that the late Don Pearson, the late Tom Danaher, as well as all the DJs, would like to give you a thank you and a big hug for all you've done on our behalves. On a personal note, Mary, thanks for retyping my autobiography. I'm really proud of this piece of work on your part. Folks, I don't want to take you away from your partying, but I'd like to ask all of you to raise your glasses to toast Mary. And although Ben doesn't mention him, I think Chris should be included too. So, Chris and Mary.
Well, seeing as Ben has very kindly proposed a toast to me, I really feel there should be one to John and the Pirate Radio Hall of Fame, all the other offshore websites, all the other people like Mike Terry and Mike Barraclough who run Facebook pages, and of course Martin and Hans. They're all people that keep offshore radio alive, and it's very important that they do. So a toast to all the others, please. Now I have to do a couple of birthday presentations. We have a couple of birthday boys here. Where's George Hare? George? Is he there? Where's he gone? Oh, he's coming, right. I will apologise for my parrot, by the way. It's not behaving itself today at all.
Hello, George.
Hey, here's George. George, very happy birthday. It's George's birthday today.
Thank you all for coming to my birthday, Oh, thank you.
He says thank you all for coming to his birthday party. Now, we got another birthday, which was yesterday. Where's Howie Castle? Bud Ballou? Where is he? He's at the bar. Bud Ballou! Where's Twiggy? Can he shout it? Ah. Here he comes. Now, you had a very special birthday yesterday, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah. So this is a very special birthday present which we'd like you to open.
Now I'm making it worse.
Just rip it. That's it.
I can't read it. Which is the, what does it say? I don't.
It's Freddie Parrotface Davis.
Oh, joy. After 50 years, I get a major minor record. Such memories.
Should we sing it?
Can you go closer, a bit more close to
Oh, yeah, we can do that.
I've just asked if he'd like to sing it, but he says no.
No.
So, yeah, go on then.
All the pictures? Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm speechless. Thank you very, very much.
Very many happy returns to you and to George.
That's great.
I just have to mention a couple of things. We are setting up a special Offshore 50 website, which will contain lots of photographs. That'll be happening after we've collapsed in a heap for about a week, or maybe longer. We are putting mugs on sale. The mugs will be on sale on the table over there, so please buy some, and if you're coming from abroad, take some home with you. Thank you all very much for coming. Graham Webb has asked to say a few words, so he's come all the way from Australia, so I think he's entitled to.
Thank you, Mary. Webb's the name, music's the game. That's how I answer the phone these days. But it's the way I've always been. My life has been music, and I can only say to each and every one of you, if I could hear if I didn't hear some of you, I'd be very happy. Can we have a little quiet, please? I'd like to say something. Quiet, please. Quiet, please. This seriously is my last hurrah. I've arrived here for this 50th anniversary, and I don't know whether any of you realize we are living history. If you do realize we are living history, just remember this sort of thing is never going to happen again, especially a 50th anniversary. I'm just so glad to be here with my Australian contingent and my Canadian buddies, and we're all thrilled to be here because this is it as far as we're concerned. I'm over the hill but not under it. I'm on top of the grass and not under it, but frankly, I'm just thrilled to be here because I wouldn't have even been able to make it without a carer because I'm only 20% vision left, 40% hearing. So that's as you get older, that's what happens. You end up, running apart, falling apart. Well, I'm 81 now, so I'm officially old. And so I can officially say to each and every one of you, thank you very much for making us so welcome, especially Mary and Chris. I can't believe that they were able to organise this one. Yes, Mary and Chris, please. And the truth is, the fact that we're here, we're all here, we all should feel as lucky as I do, because I know that I won't be able to make it back again, especially on my own. Otherwise, I'll get run over by a London bus, I'm sure. But I just want to say one thing, especially people like Norman St John, who's been so involved in Caroline, Radio London. As a matter of fact, even today with BBC Radio Essex, where he did a special tribute to all of our passed on performers. We'll call them passed on performers. Pop people, if you know what I mean. And seriously, there are people like Dermot Hoy, Brian Vaughan, John Kerr, who have come all the way from Australia, and we look at people like in Canada, we've got the Geordie Cruise, so many of them have passed on. We're so glad to have the ones left. Keith Hampshire, the man who, first cut us the deepest, And you might even remember Newsbeat. This is Radio Caroline Newsbeat, bringing news to the nation. This is, well, there you go. First, fast and factual. That's how we used to do it back then. And as a matter of fact, you wouldn't get away with it today. And a lot of things we did on board, we didn't get away. We wouldn't have got away with. But there's one thing, if you all saw the movie, The Boat That Rocked, just remember there was no bunking in the bunks. But we did have a bit of fun, and we had a wonderful time. And on behalf of the Canadians and the Australians here, my thanks to each and every one of you for turning up. And thank Christ we're here, because we're, as I said, over the hill but not under it. Thank you. Thank you, Mary. I told you I was fine.
Thank you, Mary. Hello, everybody. It's your Royal Regal Rockin' Ruler. I just had to say a few words. I brought Jerry Super Layton here today. Now, if you weren't in the north of England, you never experienced the greatest breakfast show pirate radio ever had. He was the man in charge. George Hare ran the office from the Ramsey Bay. Am I right? Wasn't Jerry Super Layton the best, George?
Absolutely.
I should say so. But we're all connected. And Graham has really taken a lot of the wind out of my sails, because he's mentioned a lot of things I wanted to mention, especially coming all the way from Australia. I've just come from Maidenhead. But it's really something to see everybody here and to know that we are, in actual fact, a family. That nothing will ever separate us. Whenever we meet, we will have a warm camaraderie feeling. And I just want to say one thing about being part of pirate radio. And you can go and look at my documentary on YouTube, The History of DJ. There's some great pirate episodes in there. And it just shows how privileged we are. Thank you.
Right, I'm the one of original Radio London from United States, come to England. But I say I will welcome you all to come in here and welcome me too. Myself and my wife, they are quite happy to see you all. And I hope this is not the last one. Please don't die yet. I know we have a lot of friends of us pass away. I got someone named sick, and the special Duncan Johnson. We miss him, but obviously pray for him if he can see maybe next year. Thank you very much, Mary and John. Thank you for inviting me again and again. Thank you, and God bless.
Right, shut up at the back. Oi, keep quiet at the back.
Keep quiet at the back!
You knew I couldn't not say anything. Hi, hello, how are you? This is Roger Fatty Day, the thinner record spinner. And it's nice to be... I've been in Harwich. It's been fantastic down there. You wouldn't believe the response. 50 years on. Will they be having a reunion of Heart FM in 50 years' time? I don't think so, do I? We mustn't forget that there's one man who we'd love to be here and isn't, and without him, none of us would be here, actually. Ronan O'Reilly. The man who started the dream, right? Without him, there wouldn't have been anything else. So could we have a round of applause for the greatest Irishman that ever lived, Mr. Ronan O'Reilly, please? And I'd just like to say I am outraged. There's a book there at Radio... You know, I've been on a few stations. Radio North Sea International, no pictures of me in there. I set the bloody thing up. And Radio Caroline, I did quite a few programs for them. No bloody pictures in there either. What the hell's going on? For goodness sake. I know, I'm an ugly sod. Well, there you go. Anyway... Thank you very much. Well done to Mary for organising this. Shame it is on the same day as Harwich, because I'd have liked to have been at both all day, but there you go. Anyway, I'll see you all in the 60th birthday in 10 years' time, because I'm still going to be here. I know that you old sods will be as well. So I'd like to say if you enjoyed it, Roger Day. And if you didn't, it was Wedgwood Ben, Mr. Shorts, Mr. Stonehouse, and Harold Wilson.
Tomorrow when we're gone, they'll see the reason why we can't go on, believing different things, but knowing that we're right. Goodbye to them that say we're wrong, we don't belong. Till the bitter end. Now the tears are over, death will be our friend. We're going to a land where it's right to hold your hand. Goodbye to them that say we're wrong, we don't belong. I won't be afraid, love, as long as I'm with you. Tomorrow we'll be gone, but our love will still go on. Goodbye to them that say we're wrong, we don't belong.